Salute to you all. The brave never fall. Self-love through freedom and connection. So feel free to connect to the brave never fall on these social media platforms. If you find anything of value in this following podcast, hit that like button, subscribe and share, and support the brave and bold tribe growing one purposeful soul at a time. How are you feeling? Take a moment to do a self-check-in for yourself. How are you feeling mentally? How are you feeling emotionally? How are you feeling physically? How are you feeling spiritually? Are you feeling balanced? Are you still journeying on an intentional, purposeful path? How are you feeling? Balancing yourself is a healthy daily practice that will reliably keep you in harmony with your entire mind, body, heart, and soul. Clear your mind. Take a moment of silence for yourself right now in the moment. You are here now. How are you feeling? Self-awareness centers you in the moment, a place where actions fuel creations and manifestations evolve into realities. Self-awareness is something that I have been trying to focus on and harness a lot lately, and I feel it's been something that has been coupled with self-love, self-discipline, self-control, and self-respect for yourself. And it is anchored down with trust, because if you don't trust yourself, all of those other self-awareness type things that we think of, like self-discipline and self-control and self-respect, those things can't exist if you don't trust yourself. So it's all about peeling back layers and getting into who you are and knowing truly who you are and not apologizing for who you are, accepting who you are, being accountable for who you are, owning who you are, and acting in real time on who you are, identifying everything about you that makes you you, all the flaws included. We can't throw our dirty laundry away and just say, forget about it. We have to face the things that are dirty in our lives. We have to face the things that we just want to too easily throw away. We have to face the people that we have the responsibility to own up our bullshit to. We have to love ourselves in a way where we not only feel free, but we're making other people feel free. These are things that help with trust, because if you don't trust yourself, no one else will. And you certainly won't have discipline, control, respect, or any type of love for yourself if you're not aware of who you really are and how you impact other people through your actions or inactions. You have to be held accountable by yourself first, because they're going to judge you much harsher. And if you can't deal with your own harshness and judgment, you're going to fold like a cheap tent from others. Taking control of your life is your personal responsibility, accountability, ownership, dedication to your personal values, boundaries, morals, and principles. All on you to take control of and to ensure your prosperity. Action is action. Non-action is action. The people you deny is on you. You owe no one an explanation. However, it's on you to deliver on what you stand for, to make a decision and mean it, to take action and believe in that action. Who you are is nothing without action. You are defined by others through your actions. Unlike words, actions are physical. They hold weight, make impacts, and can harm others if not taken seriously. Knowing what you want in life is your birthright. You were born to have what you want. Only what we want doesn't come with a promise that it will come easy. Now trust enters the game, and it's a major piece on the board. As the player controlling the piece of trust, you have the task of moving that piece around, avoiding obstacles, setbacks, other players, and most of all, avoiding yourself from sabotaging your own trust by folding when the game doesn't go your way. Trust in those who have earned it. Trust in the game and play by the rules. And sneak in some risks every once in a while to get ahead, to test yourself, to trust yourself. Life is about action. In the moment, you cannot blame others for your actions or your lack of action. Accountability, ownership, trust. Those are 3 actions to stand on while you're playing in the game each moment. Accountability, ownership, and trust. Live to Love and Love to Live, Episode 9. Actions in the Moment. Let's dive in. This is a subject I think anyone at any age can learn the fundamentals of in real time each day as a focal point in their self-discipline. Because when you can get to a point in life where you are aware, again, we're talking about self-awareness a lot going forward. When you're aware and you're woke and you understand what values you have, what principles you own, what boundaries you set up, and you stick by those things, you take ownership of who you are and try your best every single day to get to know a little bit more about yourself. It's much easier to explain yourself if need be. You don't have to explain yourself to everyone. That's not necessary. But for the people who do need an explanation from you when you need to be held accountable for your actions or lack of action, It's much easier to present your point of view if you know who you are and you know what you stand for and you know what your goals are and you know what your purpose is, and you're coming from a place of positivity and peace, purpose, and self-love. You're in control of yourself. You have respect for yourself. All of those things are all bundled together. And you can take all of those things when it's time to take action and know that the actions you're taking are the best for you first. And everyone else is going to get what they get from it. But you got to start with yourself. Meaning, if you got to take ownership of something you said that was wrong to someone, you have to own up to that. Hold yourself accountable. Far worse than these other people may be holding you accountable. They may be giving you a pass. Fairly or unfairly, they may be giving you a pass. It's your decision to take that pass and actually learn from it. Or take that pass and use it as some type of a device to wipe your ass with, basically. You're shitting all over these people. The people who really, honestly, have earned a level of trust in your life. They're going to want some of that back. They want you to trust them. They want to know you like you know them. And they've put in the work for themselves. To expect something from someone else that you're not doing for yourself is damn near insanity. It's a selfishness that is rooted in almost every single human being you talk to. We all have it layered in somewhere in there. It blossoms into ego and it balloons to narcissism. So keeping yourself in check and understanding who you are and why you are and your impact, your physical impact that you have in this world, because your actions, unlike words, have a physical thing to them. You are physically, even if they are just words put into action over time carry more weight than anything physical you can do to anyone. We know this. But to take something and physically put it into a realm of action to the point of you are affecting other people's lives in any type of way, the responsibility is on you to know who you are before you take those types of actions. Otherwise, you're reckless. You are reckless. I went through this a lot in life. Didn't trust myself, and I turned into a reckless machine. I was making one bad decision after another and not understanding or not even recognizing that I was doing them because I didn't know who I was. I had nothing to measure my decisions against. They were just decisions I threw out to the wind and I hope they went somewhere. I had no idea when I threw my ideas out there or my actions were actually in the game. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't even know what the game was. And you learn the hard way when you don't know the rules of the game. You're going to lose. You're going to cheat. You're going to cut corners. You're going to feel bad about who you are because you're trying to get ahead of the game. That's a foundation built in not knowing. And a foundation built in not knowing, no house can stand on that. No structure can stand on something that was built without people knowing what it takes to make the structure and the foundation strong in itself without even adding all the other pieces. We have to know what that structure is going to be made for. It has a purpose. A foundation is laid. It has a purpose. There's a plan. Things may go awry. Storms may set you back while you're building things. We have to prepare for those things. But in the end, those are excuses. We still have to get the work in. We still have to take ownership of who we are. And each moment you have an opportunity to do that. I think a lot of people get into the routine of moments meaning nothing to them. The minute in the day is somehow not valuable, but an hour is somewhat more valuable. The week, not so much valuable. A month seems much more valuable. A year, very valuable. 10 years, and we go back and forth. We put values on time. Who cares about the next 5 minutes? I'm worried about the next 5 days. What is the difference between the next 5 minutes and the next 5 days? Ask yourself that question. What is the difference between the next minute and the next day? There is no difference. It's time. And you're either wasting that minute or you're wasting that day. You can't have a day without the minutes. So your actions in the moment count. They mean something. They have gravity. They are there for a reason. You are meant to do something every minute of your life. It should be accounted for. That is the ownership part of it. What are you doing to make sure that you stay in the moment? Or are you running from something? Are you afraid of something? Is something pushing against you? Is there something you're hiding deep down inside you that you regret? Are you biting off more than you can chew out of life? Are you unsure of yourself? Or are you in a place where it's the complete opposite of all those things? You know you are sure of yourself. You haven't bitten off more than you can chew. You are ready for a relationship because you've done the work. You dove in and you did the work on yourself. And you didn't need help from other people to do it. Of course, people are there for support, but the work, the true work, has to be done by you. Because that eliminates all the excuses from yourself first. So no one else can make an excuse for you if you're not making an excuse for you. No one else can tell you you're a failure if you're already telling yourself you failed. It's a preemptive strike. It's a counter block. You're trying to be on the offensive instead of always being on the defensive. Attack the issue. Stop waiting for it to attack you. Why are your actions in the moment so important? Well, let's talk about this. They're important because you may not view your actions in the moment as that fundamental thing that we call where it's like you have to own up for what you're doing in each moment. If other people are looking at you and you make a decision, you may not think that decision was a big deal, but to someone else, it was a big damn deal. Or maybe vice versa. You're making a big deal of a moment and someone else is like, what's the big deal? Which is why you have to shut out all that noise. All that noise from other people has to be shut out. And you just stick with what you know and trust in who you are. And when you get there, now other people will start to see you. They'll start to see you're taking accountability for yourself. If you didn't do something right, you own up to it in the moment. If you did something right, you don't pat yourself on the back and say, I'm the best. You move on to the next task. If there's a goal that you want, chop away at it. Stop procrastinating. What goal that you've ever created for yourself worked yourself out without you being involved in it? You have to be a participant in your own rescue. So we get to another point. Ownership. So after you're held accountable, you have to do something about it and own up to it. And knowing who you are, you have to dive into this stuff. You got to get inside of your own head. You have to get inside your own head and start asking yourself questions. But that's not enough either. You got to start trusting yourself to change those things in your head if they need to be changed. If you have something in your mind that is working against who you feel you are, you have to work that out. You have to explore that opportunity. We get so focused on other people that we forget to explore ourselves as well. You have to understand yourself and know and fall in love with the idea of furthering exploring yourself. You'll know who you are then, and then you expect no less from other people. If you don't understand who you are, how can you possibly expect anyone else to understand who you are? If you're not interested in exploring your own life, how do you expect someone else to invest in exploring in your life? If your doors are closed to people and you want them to come in the door, but you don't have any way of allowing them to even know that the doors are there to be opened, they look like they have locks all over them. You need to open yourself up and understand, I got to figure myself out. No one's coming through the door because I have closed myself off to people. Those are all responsibilities. And in the moment, you can go through those things. You can stand on accountability, ownership, and trust in the moment. You can stand on those things. You can bring yourself back to that moment every time. And to center yourself, you can go back to, I am self-aware. I have self-love. I have self-control. I have self-discipline. And I have self-respect. And it's going to take a lot more than some outside thing or place or person to rob me of those things that are my birthright. I want to succeed. I want to win. I want to lead. I want to be the person people come to for advice. These are things that create positive things in your mind to put you on the right track, and you can weigh yourself against these things by asking yourself questions. Do you really want to do the thing that you're doing in the moment? If you don't want to do it, why are you doing it? Do you have to do it? Are you obligated? How high of a priority is this thing I'm doing in the moment? How high of a priority is this place that I'm visiting in the moment? How high of a priority is this person I'm with in the moment? Are they bringing value, or are they chopping me down? You do this enough, these are things that are going to run in your head without you even knowing. That's that self-discipline part of it. You want to do this stuff enough, you want to have this mindset so you don't have to think about it. You don't want to have to always go run to a book every single time something happens to you. You want this ingrained in your head. You want to know what are the steps that can get me further ahead in the game and succeed. And not only succeed, but win big for myself. Am I thinking too low of myself? Is my bar too low? What is my action in the moment? What am I supposed to be doing? Am I doing the right thing? Am I saying the right thing to this person? Do I need to just shut up and listen? Is it time for me to stand up for myself and speak out? Internal dialogue with yourself daily will get you to the point where you're asking these questions all the time, but you're not focusing on them. Your mind is just doing its job. It's drilled into the mind that you're going to do better, that you want nothing but the best for yourself, because the best for yourself equals the best for those you value in your life, for the things you value in your life, for the places you value in your life. The best version of you will ensure at least you're doing your part to have the best versions for everything else. You can't control everyone else. You can't control everything. You can't control every place, but you sure as hell can control you and your actions. You take yourself lightly, other people would take you lightly. You take yourself too seriously, other people would take you too seriously. The people who don't understand you, it's not your business to make them understand you. They could either want to come towards you and understand who you are and be a welcome addition to your life and add value for value and invest in your life, or they can walk. We don't have time where we're holding ourselves accountable and owning up to what we're doing and trusting ourselves to also put that on other people and take their weight onto us and do their work for them. Accountability means you have to hold yourself accountable. We can hold other people accountable. We can say, hey, I think you should be doing a better job. I think you should be working on yourself. I think you should be doing this. I think you should be doing that. That's an issue for them, and it's not for you to determine that. They're making a choice for their lives, and you can't control other people. You can't manipulate other people, and you can't persuade other people to be a version of themselves you want them to be. When you're focusing on yourself, you understand how that feels. Would you want someone to shackle you down and label you all these things that you're not? How would you like to be unheard and misunderstood because people haven't taken the time to get to know you fully? Or they see a version of you that doesn't exist anymore. Or they see a version of you that they think should exist. A version of you that's not here yet, and they're getting impatient. They want you to be that person now. Ask yourself how that is your problem, that these people want that for you. Ask yourself, are these people who are wanting these things from you taking themselves seriously? Are they taking their lives and their purpose and their birthright seriously? What are they doing in their lives that gives them the right to judge anyone? And are you doing the same to other people? Because you get out of life, you get out of people, you get out of things, you get out of places what you put into them. If you're not invested in a relationship and you're taking someone for granted and you're trying to manipulate them and you're turning into a toxic person and you don't even realize it, the signs are there. You're missing them. There are red flags everywhere. It's either up to you or the other person to take action. And that action must be swift and quick. Otherwise, you're wasting your time. Again, a minute is just as valuable. It's on equal value as a day. as the month, the week, the year, the decade, the century, the millennia. It's all time, it's all the same. If you're wasting 1 minute, you're wasting an hour. Hours add up to... You can't have hours without minutes, so they add up. Every minute that you waste is adding up and adding up to hours and weeks and days. That's why the minutes are just as important. Think of all the things you can do if someone said you have 5 minutes each day to do whatever you want. You add that up over a year, that's a lot of time. Through self-discipline, you earn that time. You're always going to have an extra 5 minutes here, an extra 10 minutes there to read something, to do something better, to do a few push-ups, to tell someone that you love them, to allow someone to feel good about themselves because you give them a compliment, to do something extra at work, to work on a hobby real quick that you haven't had the chance to do. There's time everywhere that you can do whatever you want with. If you want to manipulate something, manipulate that. You want to manipulate something, manipulate your mindset about life. You want to manipulate something, manipulate your opportunity to get ahead in the game and not stand back and hope things come to you, that somebody will take your piece on the game board and mirror what they're doing with your piece. They're just moving your piece around with them. They're winning in life and you want to get stuck with them. No, that's your piece. You have to play your game. We can't sit back and wait for other people to play the game for us. And how boring is that anyway? And what game are you playing? Do you know the rules? How many people are in the game? There's so many different layers to development. And the honesty you have to have for yourself, especially in reform, when people wake up and they say, I'm ready to make a change. The weight of what that really means hasn't hit them yet. It's like the honeymoon period. When you have a job, you always have that little honeymoon period. When you get married, you have the honeymoon period. When you get something new, it's fresh and new. And then it gets boring after a while. It gets stale. It gets frustrating. You want something new. A new life is no different. You're either going to get stale with your new lifestyle or you're going to thrive in the new lifestyle. And a lot of people want to make changes. They want to do better. They say it and they say it and they say it. They don't do anything. If you say that you're woke and you haven't done the things that you claim woke you up, then you're not woke. You're just talking. You're just sitting idly by watching other people play the game and your piece is just sitting there. Gotta get in the game. If you're gonna be woke, be woke. Go all in. Stop making excuses. Be forward thinking. Get ahead of the problems in life. Understand people. Listen to them. Forgive them. Do the things for other people that you would want them to do for you. It's a very simple rule. It's the golden rule. Life is here for you to do something in it. It's a sandbox. Life is a game in such a way. It's no different than you waking up and saying, I'm going to do something today. Then do something today. Do something unpredictable. Challenge yourself. Don't expect other people to wake up every day with you in their mind saying, I got to make sure this person is happy from the time they wake up to the time they go to bed. That's your responsibility to do that. I will throw some stuff in there that will aid you and make your day even better. But if you can wake up and say, I already know what it's going to take to make my day happy. I don't need anyone to do it for me. Everything else is a bonus. Now you're getting somewhere. That's accountability. That's ownership. That's you saying, I'm responsible for my happiness today. And everything else I get from other people is a bonus. I don't have time for bullshit. I don't have time to listen for people who are being demeaning and they're being disrespectful and they're being toxic. Those people have to go away. I can't waste my minutes on them. They add up. I can't go to a job that I hate every single day. I need to change it up. All these things that are distracting me in my life, I got to change it up. I got to shake it up. I got to hold myself accountable for not doing the things I know I should be doing. Again, non-action is action. You can stand there and twirl your thumbs and watch other people play the game, or you can get into the game and say, I'm ready to play too. And not only am I ready to play too, I want to have some fun competitiveness in this. I want to win, and I want to win big. No harm, no foul. Let's get at it. You got to attack things in life. Making excuses is not enough. You're never going to get ahead. And if you claim you're woke, then wake up. Time to start getting those goals in order. Time to start chopping away at all of those little victories you want to get every day to add up to self-discipline. Those little things you know you can do every day that you say to yourself, tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. And it never gets done. If you have control to do it and it's something you want to do, it's going to come to you. You have to be ready to pick up the ball and go. Go play. The moment is here right in front of you. And the actions you take in those moments add up. So believe in the fact that you will succeed. That there is no end. That the more you push, the more you grind, the more you accept your flaws, and the more that you are understanding of other people, the more you forgive other people, you will find good things are going to come charging towards you. You won't even have to look for it anymore. But you have to lay the groundwork. The foundation has to be strong. You have to be ready for it. You have to know what to look for. And you don't know what to look for if your eyes are unfocused. If your mind is hazy and your heart is dark, your body's tired and your soul is giving up on you. You have relinquished your birthright. You've given it away. You've sabotaged it. You've shackled it up. Now it's time to come back to life. You are not a zombie. You are not a zombie. You are not dead. And when people make excuses, when you see people making excuses around you, you can't fix these people. When you see people that are hurting, you can't fix these people. When you see people that are unhappy, you can't fix them. You can help them. You can support them. You can offer them a friendly platitude, some advice, a nice quote that might get them out of the darkness. But you got to stop focusing on other people's happiness. You can't help and save everyone. You have to start with you. Being in the game and making those actions valuable makes you valuable. There's nothing no one can say or do to you that's going to take you away from it when you found it. The feeling that you get from knowing who you are and owning up to who you are and being excited about what's coming in the future about who you are. Those things is what life is all about. That's where the peace and the joy and the happiness settles into your purpose. When you start getting excited about your development, about your growth, and you don't care if other people see it. You don't care if other people understand what your growth is. All you care about is, I'm going to keep leveling up every single day. And I'm going to laugh about it. And I'm going to learn new things every single day about myself first. About other things, about people. I'm opening up my eyes and my ears, and my body, my heart, and my soul to this world. I'm surrendering to the fact that my actions are important because my actions are important because I'm important. That's the mindset you have to just muster up in you. And it's very hard. It's a long road to get to that place. And I'm still working on it. But I'm very far away from the person I used to be who lacked every single one of those traits, who had no accountability, no ownership, just folded like a cheap tent every time I had a failure, blamed other people for my problems, sought out every single way to distract myself from life as you can possibly think of. And all it got me was in a deep, dark well with no water. Luckily, I found a way to dig my way out the well. I found a way to find a challenge, something to focus on that I knew would challenge me, aid me in growth, give me some confidence, give me a reason to wake up every day and to be excited about chipping away at something. And surrendering to the fact that this is me. It's coming to me for a reason because this is what I'm supposed to do. There was a time in life, if someone would have told me I would be a life coach, I would have thought they were insane. I wouldn't have thought I had the insight. I wouldn't have thought I had the articulation. I didn't think I would have the desire to do it, that I would be excited to wake up and help people. But it's easy to do that when you know it's the right thing, when it comes to you. Life coaching came to me. I did not look for it. I woke up and it came to me. It attracted to me, and I realized this is my purpose. This is my birthright. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. But I had to know what to look for first. And I had to commit to really working on myself and going through those struggles of finding out who I am and traversing the flawed land that I was, and understand why I lost so many games that I was playing with myself when no one was even in the game. I'm playing solitaire and losing, never winning. I had a flawed deck. It wasn't complete. You know when you're ready, and when you're ready, you have to take action. That's when all the excuses about procrastination and about you not having what you need and you feeling sorry for yourself and playing victim, those things have to go away at that point. They are no longer a part of your life. You cannot have them in your life. They don't work. They make you a toxic, manipulative, fearful, person. Walking around in fear and covering up the word fear with procrastination and victimhood and lack of ownership, it's a bad way to go. You want to get ahead of the game, you got to get in the game and you have to own up to it. You have to apologize to the people you need to apologize to. You have to make the hard decision and the risk if you don't like your career or the school that you're in or the family that you're in, to make some tough decisions. You may have to walk up to your spouse and say, I think we should talk about a few things. It's really important. I need you to hear me out. You may have to have that conversation with your boss. You may have to have that conversation with a lot of people in your life. And they'll respect you for it because they know it's coming from a good place. That you're on a path of redemption for yourself. And redemption is a big word. It's an important word. It's a word we are all stuck in, whether we like it or not. We mess up in a lot of people's lives and in their eyes. And we have to find redemption for ourselves. Not for them, for ourselves. We have to get to a place where you can forgive yourself for all your flaws. And you say, I'm ready for this challenge. I'm ready to take on whatever is going to come my way. I'm ready to do it. And when you do it enough, now you have discipline. Now everything's ready to rock and roll. Now you're ready to take life and be excited about it. You're ready every day, every minute that adds up to every hour, to laugh, to learn, and to level up. To just keep doing that over and over and over again. To not take yourself so damn seriously. To understand that you're just a human being and life should be fun. Look around you. There's life all around you. There's people all living their lives. Stay focused on your life. Hold yourself accountable for your life. Own up to who you are. Trust who you are. And in taking the action, the things that you need to do to make your life a higher in value, a better person. Get rid of the stuff that is weighing you down. They're unnecessary. All you need is the essentials, the things that make you truly happy. That's all you need. And that's up to you to go get it. Don't waste another minute. Live in the moment. Remember, non-action is action. What are your actions in the moment? Own it. Hold yourself accountable and trust who you are. Your mission for today is to ask yourself one question. Are you happy? That's the mission. And that's it. Ask yourself that question. What you choose to do with that question is up to you. If you don't trust others, you make them untrustworthy. And I'm trusting you to ask yourself, am I happy? And you do with that question whatever you see fit. It's up to you. Again, it's your birthright. Your happiness is determined by what you want from life. What your desires are as far as peace go. How much peace do you want? How much of a challenge do you want from life? What are your aspirations and your dreams and your goals? And are you happy? Are you happy about them? There's no time to make excuses about whatever answers that pop in your head with that question. There's no time to not take accountability for the answers that pop in your head from that question. It's time for you to take ownership of what that question revealed to you. And you have to be honest about it and take action about what you want to do about it and bring it into the physical world. We are not wasting any more moments. Every moment is valuable. Every moment is valuable. And you don't want to waste a minute. They add up. So that's your mission. Are you happy? And if not, what are you going to do about it? And if so, what are you going to do about it? Belief in yourself is one of the most powerful things you could ever do for yourself. So give yourself that gift today and ask yourself powerfully, are you happy? This is your day. You are here now. These are your moments. You own them. You are brave, bold, powerful. You do believe in yourself. You know you have more in the tank. You know the glass is half full. There is still more room for improvement. There is no end. Believe, believe, believe in yourself. You do believe in yourself. You do believe you can do whatever it takes to get the job done. You don't procrastinate. You don't embellish. You don't lie. You're true to yourself. Peace is in your mind. Peace is in your heart. Peace is in your body. It is definitely in your soul. You are greatness. You have purpose. Intentful purpose. You are here for a reason. You are ambitious. You are loving. You are kind, empathetic, compassionate. You are self-love. You have self-control, self-respect. You are joy, peace, freedom, happiness. You are connected to everything in this world and in this universe. And if no one has told you this today, I love you. You deserve to hear that. Salute to you all. The brave never fall. Learn, laugh, and level up.